Welcome. This is Manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. My name is Bernardo Vargas, and I am very happy that you join us one more time. Today's chapter is about, as you can see in the screen, nearshoring developer selection. In previous editions, we talk about it's very important that you have analyzed the situation of the region where you want to locate your factory, your plant, your operation, and that suits your needs in all the aspects, technical, economically, in terms of labor. So once you have done this, we're going to talk today about the developers located in the northeast region. These are some of the most important in size and in experience developing companies that can offer you the complete service. Complete service meaning they are going to provide you with land if you want to build a building to suit, or they're going to provide you with a shell in the case you want to lease or mainly lease or buy an existing building and then probably make the required changes. So let me start. The first company that I'm listing is Grupo Garza Ponce. This group is one of the largest. They have plenty of experience. I think they have more than 50 years of experience in developing industrial buildings, and they are located in Monterrey, but they have presence in states like Chihuahua, Coahuila, Nuevo León, Tamaulipas, everything that is close, but also Zacatecas, San Luis Potosí, Querétaro, Jalisco. Most of the states that I'm listing in the Occident region or West region and North region. So this company, as the others I'm going to show, they have experience for designing, for obviously for building, and made all the adequations and changes that you need. They can also act as a general contractor, so they can provide all the other services. For example, your compressed air, your air conditioning, your electrical and mechanical ducting, in installations, and other services that could be required by your process. Okay. Obviously, the pros are they're big, and the cons are they're big. So they are not so flexible. They are expensive. A little bureaucracy. You're gonna find bureaucracy there, and times of response is not so good. But that's a variable that is gonna repeat in all these large companies. So I will continue. The other large company here in Monterrey is Maismier. I think this company is older than Garza Ponce, perhaps 60, 70 years, probably more. And they have the same capabilities. They are a very traditional construction company. And they are going to provide you with the same services, are same as Garza Ponce, but you're going to find their structure is less, even less flexible. At least that's my experience. So if you have a solid product where that you want a solid product from them, you anticipate not many changes, or that you can hire subcontractors and manage by yourself or by a project manager like the services Bernardo Vargas Manufacturing Consulting offers. Well, then I think you're in good hands. But if you want to make changes and you anticipate changes and you want flexibility and also you want response and reliability at every step, I think then probably they are not your first choice. They're gonna do the job, but I will be afraid about timing. In the case, like I said, in the case that you have changes and you want to execute those changes as soon as possible, that could be a problem. Carlos is a very large company. I am not quite sure how many years they have of experience. At least I would say at least 40. But they are very large. They have probably the largest company. They have expanded and they have many industrial parks, and their specialty is shell buildings. So if you're gonna go with Carlos, don't go with a build to suit. No. That if you go with Carlos and you're gonna hire a building, try to hire a new building and try to see how many things you can get from them. But in terms of bureaucracy, I think they are the leaders, as they are the leaders in building buildings. So probably you can get a good price. I don't know. Then in the last part of our presentation, we're going to talk about the price of square foot. Sorry. But they are not. I think they're in the expensive side, but not as expensive as if you go to build to suit. So you're gonna find a good quality of building with them, standard, because they have lots of experience building shell buildings. Service is a big opportunity. In time of response, sense of urgency, huge opportunity with this company. So again, if you are okay with a shell building and then you made all the upgrades that you need, then you're in good hands. Stiva, this is a smaller company. They have also a good amount of industrial parks. I think you can find good alternatives from Stiva in almost every industrial area of Monterrey, of Monterrey, but also you can find, I think, Stiva presence in Tamaulipas and Coahuila. Probably same as the others, but they also have a good, like I said, a good amount of industrial parks, and they also like to build shell buildings. But I have heard, because honestly I have not worked with them yet, but I have heard they are more flexible than Carlos. So I think from all these companies, if you want to build to suit, I would recommend first Garza Ponce, and then probably Maismier and Esteban and Carlos are more in the market of shell buildings. But again, you can always try, at least try to get a price from them, and then a building is, I think, is once in many years, it's like a house. So every building has its own story. So I am just giving you this information so you are familiar with alternatives. So when you come and start your investigation with your project manager, I hope you consider Bernardo Vargas Manufacturing Consulting as your project manager. But if not, you are already familiar with these companies. Then other company in the ballpark of Stiva and Carlos, that specialties are more shell buildings, is Finsa. Same as Stiva. Those are not as big as Garza Ponce and Maismier and Carlos. I think they are in the more flexible side because they are smaller, and I have heard they have a better customer service. So the response time is like Stiva. It's a little bit better than Carlos, and the price, it's, I think they're all in the same ballpark. Like I said, in the end, we're gonna talk about gonna give you an idea of price square foot per in dollars. Okay, so other company that have more presence in Coahuila. You know, Coahuila is a state that is beside Nuevo León. They have more presence in Saltillo, and but also in Piedras Negras, and they have presence in Tamaulipas, and they have presence in Nuevo León. Not as big as the other previous companies, because the other five that we talk about, they are located in Monterrey. They have the headquarters in Monterrey. However, I think Amistad, they have their headquarters in Saltillo, Coahuila. Same as other companies that I'm not mentioning here is 360. They have industrial parks in Saltillo, and they have very good presence. I think you can get exactly the same product. You can get from the engineering, probably you can get your shell building with some upgrades from the very beginning, because they are more flexible than the others. And same as the Visa. The Visa, they have their industrial parks mainly in Saltillo and Ramos Arizpe. They have also started coming to Monterrey, and they have very good experience. I think they're a company from the same from 30 to 40 years experience. They are smaller. They are more flexible than the others, and more or less all of them are in the same range prices. So, like I said, Davisa and Amistad are more flexible. They are smaller, and then they are located. I just want to repeat: they have their headquarters in Saltillo, Coahuila, but they have presence in Coahuila and Nuevo León. And Amistad, they have presence also in Tamaulipas. So I think with these companies, you are covered in Coahuila, Nuevo León, and Tamaulipas, which are these three states here. And now the other company that I want to mention is Arella. That this is a smaller company that it's a recent creation. This company belongs to a larger conglomerate This owned by Zambrano family, which is Proesa, and they are also starting in the industrial park construction. They have land available, they have buildings available, and they are competitive in price. I think the opportunity from Arella is experience. They need experience in the design and experience in the execution, but they have very good customer service, and they are very flexible. So if you are you feel very strong in your engineering, and you hire your own architect and your own project manager, Arella will be a good match, because they are gonna follow the instructions of the project manager, and they are gonna follow the engineering information in the blueprints. So I think they are good for that, and you can get a very good price, because they are trying to develop customers. Finally, Copachisa. This is a company, very strong company in Chihuahua State. They have presence in Coahuila, they have presence in Nuevo León, and I think they have a little presence in Tamaulipas, but they are expanding. They are a small company, probably the same size as Davisa and Amistad. But they have, like I said, a strong presence in Chihuahua. So if you decide to go to Chihuahua, probably you want to make this one of the first choices that you're going to have. And then, if you're going to other state, and for some reason you want to take a look at this other company, perhaps because you have a branch in Chihuahua, that's probably the most logical reason. You can feel comfortable that they're going to offer a good service in every of these states. I have used Copachisa, I have used Davisa, I have used Arella, and I feel very comfortable with these companies. These companies are from mid-size to large developers. Okay. Now we're going to talk about your manufacturing partner. Like I mentioned in our previous videos, perhaps you need support, and you don't want to start as a standalone from the very beginning. So you may want to cut a deal for 2 or 3 years with a shelter. So Grupo Prudenza, it's a very famous company here in Nuevo León, Coahuila, Tamaulipas area. They have a very strong HR department, so they can find you talent very quickly, but they also can offer you the complete solution in terms of your shelter. They can take care of pretty much everything. You just need to put the building, and they are gonna make your purchasing. They're gonna make your administration, your logistics, your HR, pretty much your cafeteria. They're gonna take pretty much of everything, and they are gonna charge, I think, from 7 to 10 or 11%. This is a regular price for all these companies, a regular rate. They have experience, and I think their customer service it's not as bad, but like I said, they're big, so it's not perfect. You're gonna be in good hands. They have experience. They're gonna give you a professional response. They're a very renowned company, So I don't think you're gonna end up having big problems because they take care a lot of their reputation. Uh, so only the flexibility and sense of urgency. That's probably an opportunity. Prologis, it's a world known company, so you know what you're gonna get. Okay, they do the same in Asia, in yeah, almost in every continent. I guess. So I don't need to talk too much about Prologis. It's a contract manufacturing and shelter, very known, well known. They can also provide you with shell buildings as well. Tecma, it's a company that they have a lot of experience, probably 40 years. Previously, their name was Ilamex, and they are located in the Chihuahua region in northwest. Sonora and Tijuana, Mexicali, that's their typical um, preferred areas of work, or where they have more customers, and they have been working for, like I said, for probably 40 years, 30 to 40 years. Right now, they are starting operations in Nuevo León, and I think they are coming very strong. They want to develop a customer base, so you can find an opportunity of price. They have started operations in 2022 here. They have started with their first customers. So I worked with Elamex before it was Tecma. So I remember working with GE, working with Elamex. They have good service. Uh, they have day-to-day issues to solve, but like any other operation. But they never had a big problem with GE, and GE is very demanding. So I think their performance was acceptable. Okay. Then finally, what I want to show you is if you're gonna get your project manager. Uh, Bernardo Vargas Manufacturing Consulting works with a group of partners. So one of our partners is a broker, very experienced broker, very hardworking, flexible response time, short response time, and we work together as project managers. We work together with them in order to put together this kind of chart. So in this chart, you can see in the vertical the different alternatives in buildings. So here we are seeing at least 15 different buildings that we found open for a recent customer. And here you can see the cost per square foot. So for your information, typically today is, we are in August 2024. Typically you can find a shell in 50 cents. But inflation is something to consider. And this is Monterrey area. So if you're going to Saltillo, probably you're going to find 40 to 50, because Saltillo is also growing in price. If you go to Tamaulipas, probably you're going to find cheaper. And that's because of the amount of violence that is growing there. So it's something to take in consideration. That depends on your industry. Your industry could be more susceptible of violence and crime. or depends on the product. It could be mm, not not as like I said, susceptible of being attacked. Mainly, I'm talking about the logistics, your product. For example, if your product has a lot of copper in built built I mean, built in, okay, then your copper is your product is uh, uh, more suitable because copper is a very demanded um, raw material, very easy to sell in almost every market, in every place. So same as electronics like TVs or uh, whatever other appliance, um, even aluminum. So that's something to have in your consideration for the region that you're gonna pick. At this moment, most violent region here in the northeast area is Tamaulipas. Tamaulipas is very hot, so our recommendation at the moment is uh, Coahuila and Nuevo León. Even for the installation of your logistic broker. So these are the prices that we got from this study in 2022. So I think at that moment it was a little less. Right now, if I was sharing an updated chart, you have been seeing more prices like in 50 cents per square foot. And if you go to build to suit, easily you're gonna be getting prices like 70 or 75 cents. Okay, this is all that we have in this chapter. I hope with this you can have a general better overview of the alternatives. But remember, there's 30 to 50 construction companies that are very well suited and very flexible, and they are smaller. So what we have seen working with those small companies, and I can tell you, two are partners from Bernardo Vargas Manufacturing Consulting, are from 35 to 40 cents. So we can get you 20% less price because you're not hiring all the infrastructure of a large company. And you're gonna get the same warranties that you're gonna get from a large company, but besides the low price, you're gonna get flexibility, um, sense of urgency, short response time, and commitment to deliver on schedule. Okay? Thank you very much. Again, my name is Bernardo Vargas. This was manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies, and I hope to have you here one more time in our next chapter. Thank you very much.